Hello, this is Raphael Freeman from Running Out of Scripts, and in this video we're going to see how to use Smart Revisions. Now, you will have openly downloaded the file, followed the instructions, installed it into InDesign. You'll have a few new menu options. So how does this all work? So let's now go to our folder, and here we have a folder for a book. It was originally, we received the word manuscript, and now we've typesetted it. And this is the file, book.indd. Very exciting name. Actually, the name of the author is actually Book, which is the reason why we're calling it Book. And as you can see here, we've got this file, and now we want to work with this file. So what we do is we go to the File menu, and we simply do Update Draft. And by doing so, what will happen is we will have updated it from book R001 draft 001. If we now want to go and update the revision again, and that R number, that revision number will keep incrementing. When you're ready to do a new draft, you can simply do update draft, and it will update now a revision and a draft number. Another option that we have, it's actually switched on already by default on my computer, but we can also set the interval. And what the interval will do is that if there are changes made to the file, it will automatically update, automatically create a new revision, not a new draft, every 10 minutes. Now, if we go back into our folder, let's see what's happened. A new folder has been created, this RS archive, and our file is now being called book R003 draft 2. So what's actually going on in this RS archive? And here we can see all the earlier versions of the book. So if we now go back to our file and update the revision, and we'll do it a few times, we pretend we've been working for a while, and we can even update a draft, why not, just for fun. And we go back into this folder, we can now see that we've actually got quite a few files now in our RS folder, okay, RS archive folder, okay? But yet, in this folder here, we only have one folder. So that's great. Now we're going to do something a little bit more complicated. What we're going to do is we're going to go now, and we're going to close this book, and we're going to open up a different folder. We're going to close Smart Revisions, so we know what we're doing here. Here we've got a more complicated book, because this is actually here we have a whole bunch of files, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a book file for this. So we go to File menu and do New Book, okay, and I think we should save it in the same folder that was there before. It was very confusing. So we're going to call this Agony. That's going to be the name of the book, and we're going to just very quickly place all these files. This was a very large book that we split up into pieces into an InDesign book. So as we can see, we've created this book. Okay, it's got a whole bunch of files in it, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into the click on here, and we have the option to update book draft. And as you can see now, it's now called Agony Draft 1. There is no revision number. And what's nice about Smart Revisions, so let's say I now go into essentially chapter 1, into this folder, we now make the changes that we want to make. We can simply go up here, update the, let's update a revision. So before we hit it, set up as R001, it's going to change it to R002, and it's going to update the entire book for us. Okay, so if we do, if we just zoom in on that, okay, we can see that it's R002 draft 1, and if we go back to our folder, and this is very important, we'll see there's an RS archive folder that's been created for us. And we see that this is now revision 2, and revision 1 of this particular part of the book has been placed neatly over here. And also the book file has also been placed into the RS archive. Okay. Now if we go back to our folder here, let's now say we want to update the draft. We've received corrections from the client and we now want to go to draft 2. So we only have to update one of the files. We're going to now update draft here again. And now what is happening is it's now updating. It takes a little bit of time. But now the book file is changed to draft 2. I'm going to just zoom in on that so we can actually see that. You can see it's now Agony Draft 2, and the file name is now Draft 2. And if we go into the folder over here, we only see the latest versions. We see the same 15 files here, nothing's changed. And in RS Archive, we see older versions of the file. So we see there's 15 files. If I now go back here and update a different part of the file, same story. Remember, there are 15 files in our folder. We do now do update draft again here. And again, it takes a little bit of time to update all the book, but you don't have to do anything. It's all been done for you. You don't have to replace the file one by one. And go back here, still, there are only 15. If you look carefully, only 15 files here. Okay. And if we now go into our archive folder, we see the previous versions. So we hope you find this script useful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to be in touch. And if you can either like this video, you can make comments on our website. Website is runninourscripts.com. Thank you very much.